Hannibal finally showed off his abs workout, and what did you think about? You've all seen Hannibal do this exercise many times, and hundreds of people around the YouTube did the same just because Hannibal did it. But the point of why the athlete did it was not because he wanted to create some unique moves. Hannibal was simply working his abs, which is what we are going to talk about today.
Speaking seriously, Hannibal trainings programs people discussed huge amount of time. You can find them on That's the Good Money channel, just go and check this out. But today I want to dive deeper into this topic.
Let's start right away with the scissors exercise. Yes, it was not invented by Hannibal, but only him did this movement in unfamiliar static positions, such as front lever, lsit or dragon flag. We'll start with the simplest variation, the lsit. Hannibal says that here is very important to take the body back, because this is the position where abs will work. If you place the body too close, the emphasis will shift to the legs. As a complication of this movement are scissors in lsit. This is much more difficult, but not yet an advanced level. If you are a trained athlete, try scissors in dragon flags. Static leg hold or the scissors in the front lever will work for you as well. By the way, while we are talking about these elements that strengthen the cortex muscles, such as dragon flag, Hannibal for King himself was always against such one-sided holds, as it often done on poles. And despite the fact that in his youth he did this element, he warned everyone about its traumatic hazards and unsymmetrical load. According to Hannibal, it is similar to push-ups on one arm. When you have to rotate your body to perform the movement, you cannot perform this exercise straight, because it contradicts the biomechanics of this movement. The same happens when you do the dragon flag on the poles. This exercise will give you nothing but injuries and asymmetry.
You understand? I see a lot of you young guys doing it. It seems like you guys to do that because you can't do the front lever. Work harder at the front lever. Take the time you putting in to getting the dragon flag and the pictures you taking in the dragon flag. Take that time to work hard on the front lever.
While we dedicate this video entirely to the abs training, Hannibal reminds us many times in each of his workouts that he never trained the abs as such. In his mind, it's the muscle of the entire cortex, which in turn are not discontinuously linked to the stabilization of the pelvis, hips and spine.
Core is like a central processor of your body, so you need to train it properly.
Let's take a look at Hannibal's workout in details. In each of his movements, he tries to keep his body straight. All static elements, static dynamics, and even the simple push-ups from the floor involve the muscle of the cortex. And in Hannibal's version, he also lifted one leg up to enhance the work of the stabilizer muscles. So if you do your exercises slowly and in a controlled way, not like sausages, your cortex will thank you for it.
Thank you. But let's take it this way. Can we, ordinary people, build the same core muscles as Hannibal for King?
Absolutely, we can. If the genetics of the black guys make them look more massive, then any jerk or homo sapien with a relatively low percentage of fat under his skin can have abs. But whether you will have 8 cubes like Hannibal and deep fissures, that is totally up to your genetics. However, I suggest to discuss this topic today without excuses. We want a body like Hannibal's, so we should at least try to train like him. And if we take apart the structure of the athlete's training, Hannibal almost never did exercises only for abs. There were always non-standard and complicated movements, such as around the world, and various static elements, such as the front lever. You would absolutely never see Hannibal performing the usual curls in his workout. Just hard abs work, no bullshit.
Actually, it's pretty simple to see your own abs. You just need to lose some weight. But if your goal is to hold static holds, then this is the truly skill of Hannibal for King.
Let's break down a few of these difficult moves and mistakes that beginners and inexperienced athletes often make. And first is the triceps push-ups. Don't be surprised that this exercise is the one I'm discussing today. In fact, it pumps your whole core much more than any curls. And the main mistake here is so-called ponytail, when you move your ass upwards. If you want to improve this movement, it is better to do it from the higher platform, but with a straight body. The second cool move from Hannibal is pulling up in the lsit. It's important not to try jump over your head and immediately fly up to the waist like Hannibal Hannibal did. Start with a controlled movement to the neck and then slowly build up your explosive power. The third exercise is the Superman, and it is important here, as in case of triceps push-up, not to lift your butt up. It is better to reduce the angle or not to do this exercise if you are not ready for it. And the last and most difficult is the planche push-ups. I was doing this movement approximately in the form of Hannibal, but for this level your core should be already strong. Everything we talked about today is more of training for something like this than for abs.
By the way, Hannibal thinks that you don't need any extra weight to build perfect body. Just use your own body weight and you'll be fine.
Look at his form 10 years ago and now. Yes, he lost some weight, but to say that Hannibal began to look bad or sagging is absolutely impossible. By the way, most of the movements that he performed then, he can still do till this day. Check out at least this push-up on triceps with one hand. Hannibal stayed healthy, fit, functional. What else can you expect from bodyweight training? Check out this video to see our free training program, which shows exactly how you should make your own workout program if you're a beginner, what exercises to use and how to properly progress the load. And if you want to see a full video about Hannibal, then click here.